So our hero highlight, I don't have a picture for Mr. George Scott, but I'd love for you to take a minute or two to tell people about your contribution to service to our country.
All right, thank you for the opportunity to do so, Angela. Welcome, everyone. I raised my hand and took the oath over half a century ago, 1970. I served in the Army National Guard and ultimately as an officer until 1978. I was platoon leader. One of the things I had the most fun with, it helped out the unit maintain a high level and over 100% capacity, was I was a public information, public relations officer interacting with the local media. And this is long before all the social media that exists now. So I do with the service, same reason I do what I do for business now. It's helping others in ways that I can. Happy to have raised my hand, taken the oath. And as far as I'm concerned, the oath, they never said anything about any termination. So once the oath is taken, it remains with you for life. That's just my thoughts.
Thank you
Again,
so
thank you for
much.
listening.
Thank you for your service, George. We so much appreciate it. Um, and George is our spotlight speaker for today. And I got to say, I had just a delightful one-to-one with George. And I encourage each of you to reach out and set up a meeting with him and see how we can support his business and drive more business to him. He's got all kinds of uh, what would you call these badges on Alignable? I had to include all these on this screen. And his business consulting solutions, not business consulting services like I had on there. Thank you for correcting me on that, George. And is this other information correct on here? Your email
Yes.
address and everything? Okay, great. Well, I'm not going to take up your time. I'm going to turn this over to you so you can share. Santa Papa John, can you set us a 15-minute timer, please? And George, if you finish up early, take some questions and answers.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to share with you what you're about to see. I am not here to say what you could do or should do, but this is answering the question or providing considerations that whether or not self-employment is right for you. So with that, we will move forward with, if everything works right. First of all, to all who have served, and there's different ways of serving. Military is one. There's other ways as well. But for anybody who gives of themselves in service to the country or service to the community, uh, many thanks, always. And once you move out of active duty, what's possibility? Well, here's a variety of possibilities. And if self-employment is one that's being given serious consideration, there's two ways of becoming self-employed. You either start a business or buy a business. Now, in buying a business or starting either path, you say, well, what transferable skills do I have that came into play while I was serving the country? In one manner or another, regardless of MOS and rank, there's leadership opportunities. Being a help, regardless of MOS and rank, building a team, critical thinking. Depending on your position, some positions are more demanding for others for regarding decision. But whether we like it or not, the military makes sure we have a strong work ethic. Task management. I mean, these things are pretty much common sense. And, here again, some of the MOSs are specialized with technical knowledge, and boy, is that needed nowadays. So now, in consideration, why are you thinking of buying a business or starting a business? Well, being your own boss. Well, that's a double-edged sword if I've ever seen one. One is it's time for a change. You just you've served 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it may be, and you're still young enough to do something else. Depending on your age and where you are in your life, maybe it's active retirement, working fewer hours. Well, uh, yeah, you're more likely to occur if you buy an ongoing business that is well established, because otherwise you you get to work half days, but then you have to figure out when the 12 hours starts, and you know the rest. Uh, Becoming wealthy, it takes determination and a lot of smart decisions along the way. Of course, there's always building the better mousetrap. There you go. Additional points of consideration. Are you financially ready? What amount do you actually need, and where are you financially? Uh, some cases, running the business means you're going to miss some family activities. Don't like it, but it's a reality. Physically ready. Well, you can see, of course I am. Well, what did your doctor tell you you shouldn't be doing? All right. There are different because if there's limitations due to physical aspects, doesn't mean you can't be an entrepreneur. It just means you need to direct your efforts and decisions in a way that will allow you to optimize your efficiency within your business ownership uh, role. And there's some decisions along the way because sometimes it's really tough ones have to be made. Are there any decisions you're not willing to make? I see Ruben nodding with an agreement there. Uh, Next, a point of consideration is service business, such as a hotel or a manufacturing concern or something else. And what is your role? Uh, I think of, um, oh, I'm forgetting his name right now. Day started early. Wendy's, Dave Thomas. Dave Thomas, he grew to a point, handed over day-to-day operations of his business, and then he was actually the marketing icon while he had other people run Wendy's burgers. Personal standards. A quick example, if you're looking, your personal standard is not to engage in the use of or sell tobacco products or alcoholic beverages. If you're considering a convenience store, well, you want to look somewhere else because 80% of the revenues for convenience stores is the sale of cigarettes and beer. Again, family involvement. Do you have others that who can help you with the business? And where do you want to do business? Now, that shows the state of Michigan because that's where I'm located. But it could be good old USA, maybe the world, depending on what it is that you do. Is timing critical? Well, only you can answer that for you. And we'd all like to have that number be bigger, the want number, but then there's the minimum that you need to generate. Well, that's done with the analysis of the financial information. If you're buying a business, then otherwise is doing the viability study if you're starting one. Some people work better during the day, some at night. Okay. What type of business do you want to be in? Goes back to what we were mentioning before. Uh, By the way, this we'll be able to go back and forth through some of these screens if you wish, yeah, but wanted to get through this so you saw everything first. And how are you going to finance the start of the business or the purchase of the business? There's different methods or a combination thereof. And in this particular case, you enjoy working with customers or enjoy not working with customers? Point of consideration. Only you can answer. What type of staff members do you want to have? Full-time, part-time, independent contractors, W-2s, 1099s, etc. Various types. And here's my contact information as Angela had in the introduction. There's my email address, my website, and if anybody wants to see what things are like on LinkedIn, it's my phone number. Get you through to this phone right here. Now, if anybody would like this PowerPoint presentation, email me or Angela, Angela, if it's okay to do so, let me know, and I'll be happy to send this to you. No charge, no charge, because all this is doing here is to give you considerations for the thought. And one of the other things that I wanted to share with you is that I'm going to stop that for the moment. And okay, computers are great when they work right. And here, as a what that PowerPoint was derived from, back in 1991, these three articles appeared, and as you can see, they're in greater depth than what the PowerPoint mentioned. All the subtitles are the same, but it goes into further considerations. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. The only answers to all these questions that are posed are your answers. So I'm open for any questions, any comments. If there's one thing that jumped out that meant something to you in a positive way, what would that one thing be?
George, I have a comment.
Sure.
When I was listening to what you did, excellent information. I thought of the 3 C's of life: choices, chances, and changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change.
I like that. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
If
Yep.
anybody has any questions for George, there's a tool on your Zoom bar that's where it says react, has like a little heart down at the bottom, and it shows where you can raise your hand. Can we get some hands raised with some questions? And I will start. Um, George, who would be the best type of customer or client to refer to you? And how would you help them?
Okay. Two-part question. The first part, please don't think of me as a smart aleck because it may sound like that. An open-minded business owner. An open-minded business owner is one with who I can, the chances are good, who I can help. How do I help them? I have 6 service groups. One is operational nuts and bolts. Another is business financial matters, marketing. I have an MBA that was handed to me when I was 59 years old, which makes it kind of a challenge for me to convince anybody I'm only 38. That sales and sales management in another life, when I had hair and it was dark, I was in sales and I was a sales executive. Leadership development, that on a civilian basis, I was a sales exec, and as you heard earlier, a military, I was an officer. And business brokerage has nothing to do with stocks and bonds, has everything to do with helping a business owner sell their business to a new owner. And on the consulting side of what I do, I like to focus on what I call the business of business. And this is kind of answering your second question. A lot of people ask me what I mean by the business of business. It's my opinion, each business owner has core knowledge and then they have core competencies for the product they produce or the service they perform. But all the other things that have to happen for them to make what they're doing to be a sustainable and profitable business, that's the business of business part. That's where I can help. And the tagline for my business is practical solutions to help business owners fix, grow, or sell their business. And Ruben, you have a question or comment?
No,
No?
I don't think so. Yeah, no, he said no.
No.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. I highly encourage everyone here to go onto George's website and explore. There is so much great information for entrepreneurs and business owners, and it'll also give you a much more in-depth understanding of his vast abilities. um, and like I said, it's very much a pleasure to get to visit with George too. He's got a great sense of humor and very fun to talk to. So, anybody
Thank
else have a question? Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else? You can pipe up. All right. Well, thank you so much, George. I'm going to share my screen here again. So if anybody needs to take a screenshot of your information, it's George Scott at Business Consulting Solutions